Hey guys, my name is Kristina, and on this channel, you'll find videos about how you can travel and work online and reach your full potential. Today, we're getting into the application process for Outschool. I'm gonna walk you through exactly what you need to do to apply and create a competitive application. I'm going to literally hold your hand and we're gonna walk through the process together. So from the time that you click on my referral link to the time that you're going to be submitting your application. So if you wish you had a friend applying alongside you, I am that friend. Okay, let's jump into it. So you were interested in applying to Outschool, so you emailed me. I sent you an email with my referral link, and this is what you see. So for step one, you will need to create a login. So you can sign up with email. It will bring you to this screen, and then just leave your email address. Okay, great. So now I have created my own account and I'm going to sign up to teach. So I'm at the Apply tab and I'm going to start filling out my application. So just to give you a quick overview of what everything looks like, it says learn about Outschool, fill out your application. You're gonna fill out your public teacher name, your legal name, your phone, location, all of that is easy and straightforward. And then these are the three main questions that you're going to have to answer. Okay, really quickly, before I go over the actual Outschool application questions, it's very important that you pull this article alongside while you're filling out the Outschool application. The reason is that this gives you exactly what you need to create a great teacher application. So I'm gonna include this link down below in the description. So if you're curious about how to find it, that's where you can find it, and pull it up when you are filling out the application, because this will tell you exactly what you need, because that's gonna be the most helpful part of this video when you see the answers that Outschool is looking for. Okay, so the first question is, please list any experience you have teaching or working with youth, whether as a professional, a volunteer, or in your personal life. You don't need previous teaching experience to teach on Outschool. Underline, underline, underline. You don't need previous teaching experience to teach on Outschool. Our teachers come from a variety of professional backgrounds, which I've said before in plenty of other videos. You want to be specific with years, subjects, age of learners, and any context regarding your teaching. It's super important that you include all of this information. You want to take, some time to think through what you're going to include, to think through your answer. This is not something you should just be rushing to fill out. You do want to be thoughtful. This is a great teaching online gig, and a lot of people are applying right now, especially during, the time we're in, and it's getting very competitive. So you definitely want to, give some thought to what you're going to be writing. I would say don't overthink it. Don't let it cripple you and not take action. But this is not something you want to fill out in 10 minutes and just submit. You want to actually take an hour, maybe to think through. It might not even take you an hour, but you might want to take an hour to think through, write out, your experience, and put some thought into it. Now I just want to show you guys what Outschool is looking for, the types of answers Outschool is looking for. So you're going to pull up this resource, which is also going to be in the description box. Okay, so for question one, here we go. So here's the application. This is the question. And this is a great resource because they show you exactly what they're looking for. So they tell you this is what a great answer looks like right here. Okay? This is an okay answer, and this is an answer that needs work. So you can see that they want you to be descriptive. They say here, be specific with how long you've worked with youth, the subjects you've taught, and the ages of learners you've worked with, right? So this is really, really helpful. I'm not going to read through this, but you can just, read through it on your own and literally match up your experience and your paragraph to this paragraph. Don't copy, but just match it up. Also, if you don't have as much experience with teaching, I have another video where I talk about what to do if the application has been declined for you. And I literally go through kind of how to think through your experience. There may be some experiences that you're overlooking that you can include in this application. So if you were tutoring, if you were a swim instructor, if you've been a Sunday school teacher, a yoga teacher, anything like that, a nanny that's helped with homework, you want to include all of that information. Essentially, they want to see that you've had experience with teaching children in a leadership role. They want to know that you will be able to handle a class on your own and you'll be able to engage children of different age groups. So anything where you've had experience like that, that would be great to include. Number 2 is Outschool teachers create their own classes. What topics are you passionate about teaching? What experience or expertise do you have in the subject areas? It's fine to share high-level topics here. No need to have the perfect class title. If you need help coming up with ideas, check out our list of recent topic requests here. Definitely recommend that you click on this because a whole list of things will come up. So let's click on it and show you what that looks like. Parent topic requests, an up-to-date list of parent topic requests. So each week it says we compile a list of new topic requests submitted by parents. I won't read everything because I know you can just read it on your own or pause the screen, but it's really interesting to see what all the options are. Fortnite, arena building and strategy, Roblox, I know is another game that a lot of tweens like to play, I know. But it's really interesting to see all the things that they have here. History of college basketball. So if you're into sports and you played basketball, there you go. How to create your own YouTube channel in a video game. Anything cool about weather for age 7. They tell you the age group to think about. So, oops, sorry about that. So you may feel like you're not an expert in something, but when you go through this list, I am sure that you'll be able to find something. And you just want to make sure that once you choose something, it's aligned with your experience, or at least back up or explain why you're connected to that or why you're passionate about that, right? So maybe you weren't a traditional art teacher, but maybe you've been, drawing for years, or, you have your own YouTube channel with 20,000 subscribers where you teach them how to draw or, paint or whatever it is that you're gifted in, right? So you want to make sure that it makes sense, that your application is aligned throughout, and you basically show evidence that you are an expert in this particular subject. So I'm just scrolling through so you get some more ideas. You can even do Pokemon classes. A lot of the kids, something that I've seen that's really popular is Pokemon, Harry Potter. Those, like, the kids go crazy over it. They love Minecraft. I don't really know much about Minecraft, but I know that they love Minecraft around this age. Roblox is another thing that they love. Again, I don't really know that much about those particular subjects, but it's really interesting, just to keep in mind. So you guys can go through this on your own time. But going back to the questions, back to question 2 on the application, we want to pull up the resource again. We're checking side by side. There's something I noticed here. For some reason, question 2 on the application doesn't match up exactly with question 2 on the resource, but that's okay. They're exactly the same questions if you look at them. If you look at question 1, 2, and 3, they are exactly the same questions, just not in the same order. That's fine. But this is question 2. It's just question 3 on the resource, which is Outschool teachers create their own classes. What topics are you passionate about teaching? And again, that's question 2 on the application, just FYI. But anyway, it tells you exactly what they're looking for, exactly what a great answer looks like. So again, you want to match it up, look at the great answer, and then think through your own experiences and make sure that you match up your own experiences with what this paragraph has here, just to make sure you're being as descriptive and specific as they want you to be. Because again, they want you to be specific with how long you've worked with youth, the subjects you've taught, and the ages of learners you've worked with when you're talking about the topics that you're passionate about and the ages of learners you want to work with, right? For this question, you should definitely make sure that your passion shines through. So you have here I want to teach classes on baking, cake decoration, and pastry techniques. Though I do not have formal education in baking and cake decorating, I have always loved to cook. You see, you don't have to have traditional experience in what you want to teach. But this person says, I started baking cakes and pastries for family and friends when I was as young as 8. So she backs it up with evidence though. She or he backs it up with evidence and says, I started baking cakes and pastries for families and friends when I was as young as 8. Now I run a small scale bakery business. See that? See my personal website linked above for more information about my pastry business and cake decoration portfolio. So again, it's great to have evidence. If you have a YouTube channel, link your YouTube channel, right? Do whatever you can to show them, hey, I have the experience. I know what I'm talking about. I am genuinely passionate about this. So that's the second question. Just make sure that your passion shines through. Make sure you're descriptive. Make sure that you are thoughtful. And question number 3 is, we don't require a teaching credential or certificate to teach on Outschool. Please list your academic degrees, teaching credentials, current or expired, so that's important to note, or other relevant professional certifications. Please include year, subject, and state or institution. And this is what they're looking for right here. This is a great answer. Again, this is not super long. It's just super concise, super specific to what they're looking for. See, and they say here, please include year, subject, state, or institution, and any relevant information about the degree or credential we should know. So it's all here. And they even say you can list current or expired. I don't know if you've caught that. That just goes to show that they want to know about the experience. They don't care necessarily about the credential. In my opinion, I'm sure it helps to have the credential, right? But it seems like they just want to know that you've had the experience. For question 4, it says, now that you've told us what you want to teach, let us know what your class will look like. Write a class description below. So this is what a good class description looks like. So it's planned out, well thought out, and again, just line up your experiences or your ideas, line up your ideas with what is here, okay? Okay, so really quickly, I wanted to point out an update. So I started recording this video a couple of days ago, and since I've started recording, Outschool has actually made a bit of a change to the application process. So the questions are still the same if you match them up to the resource that I was just telling you guys about. They're just laid out a little bit differently. So I just wanted to make sure to mention that so it doesn't confuse you if you're trying to match it up. You'll notice that they added this little optional question here, which asks, do you have a professional website, Facebook page, or LinkedIn profile that helps describe your experience and expertise? Again, that's just optional. And then these, in step 3, is where they have the questions about what topics are you passionate about teaching? And then they want you to actually come up with a sample class listing. So it's just what we went over, but it's just formatted slightly differently. So the reason for this is actually pretty exciting. The Outschool community has grown over the last, I would say, month or two. It's really exploded. Obviously, you guys know what's going on. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and there are a lot of teachers and students that are discovering Outschool, and they really, really love the community. And so more and more people are joining. So this does mean that Outschool has become a little bit more selective when it comes to the application process. So you do have to just think through your application a little bit more. But it's still an amazing opportunity, and that's really why people are joining. It's still super, super amazing. So the written application is pretty much the same. The tweak really comes with the video. So I'm going to be going over what they're expecting for the video next. But before I do that, I want to just show you what Outschool is expecting overall. So we're going to pull up that resource that I've mentioned you should look at side by side. And I'm just going to quickly review what they're looking for in your entire application, just from a higher level view. So they tell you right here, review process, our teams review all teachers' applications that are submitted. We are looking for teachers who have experience working with young learners or are excited to learn, are experts in their field and have knowledge and passion to share, bring creative and original class ideas, have excellent written communication skills. So that's another thing, highlight that you can actually control with the written application, right? use what we just went over as a guide again. Okay, so they're looking for teachers who are ready to provide stellar customer service to Outschool families. It's another thing.